This right here is Drake's ultimate humiliation. We've seen beefs, we've seen bars, but never have we seen a global icon chased out of his own luxury suite by a screaming mob of fans loyal to his enemy. Yup, it happened. Drake kicked out of a 5-star hotel because Kendrick Lamar fans literally took over the lobby. Imagine it, armed security scrambling, hotel staff panicking, fans chanting, "You're not welcome here," in unison, and the sixth god walking out the back door with his hoodie pulled. Low, surrounded by chaos. This isn't just shade, it's total public rejection. And the worst part? The footage is everywhere. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, even Facebook aunties are reposting it with captions like, "Drake couldn't take the pressure." But trust us when we say this is just the beginning. Cause what happened right after the hotel incident? The phone call, the security leak, the celebrity reaction that changed everything? It makes the hotel drama look like a warm-up. Drake thought it was just fan hate. But someone inside the building allegedly made sure he wouldn't feel safe again. And when you find out who orchestrated this entire scene from behind the scenes, you're going to scream. This ain't beef anymore. It's a takedown. To understand just how humiliating this moment was for Drake, you have to rewind the clock. Because this wasn't just a one-off encounter with a couple of rowdy Kendrick fans. No, this was a culmination of tension, betrayal, and deep-rooted beef that's been quietly boiling over for more than a decade. And now, it's exploding in public, in front of cameras, security, and even Drake's own entourage. Let's go back to the start. For years, Drake and Kendrick Lamar danced around each other in the industry, smiling in photos, trading subtle subliminals, but never throwing the full punch. It all started with Kendrick's now legendary Control verse in 2013, where he boldly name-dropped Drake alongside a dozen others and claimed dominance. Drake publicly downplayed it. It was an ambitious verse, he told Billboard, but nothing I can't handle. Behind the scenes, though, people close to OVO say that line burned, and Drake never forgot it. Fast forward to the 2020s, and the tension only deepened. Kendrick dropped projects that subtly questioned the industry's fake friendships, while Drake ascended into megastar status, chart dominance, luxury partnerships, global tours. He became the face of mainstream rap, but Kendrick, he became the conscience of it. Two different paths, two different energies, but one storm heading straight for collision, and the warning signs were clear. In 2024, Kendrick dropped a surprise verse during a TDE showcase that many fans decoded as a direct message to Drake. They traded soul for exposure, but forgot the roots that grow the throne. Boom. Still, Drake stayed cool in public. He posted vague IG captions, snuck subliminals into songs, but behind the scenes, sources say his team was getting increasingly paranoid. And then came 2025. Drake rolled into Europe for a secret video shoot in Paris and a series of hush-hush meetings with luxury brands. He was spotted at Hôtel Barrière Le Fouquet's, one of the most elite hotels in all of Paris, known for its ultra VIP suites and celebrity discretion. The plan? Lay low, finish recording a track, set up a brand collab quietly. What he didn't realize? Word had already gotten out, and guess who was in Paris at the exact same time? Kendrick. But it gets deeper. Insiders say the hotel had already been infiltrated by fans who were part of a private Telegram group called K-Dot Soldiers, a digital army of Kendrick supporters who track, share, and respond to industry moves in real time. They had eyes on Drake from the moment he checked in. Security cam footage from a nearby cafe allegedly shows a group of 5 men watching from across the street, whispering into their phones. And that's not even the craziest. Parto a day later, Kendrick reportedly did an impromptu listening session in Paris, inviting local artists, influencers, and fans. And during the Q&A, when asked about his beef with mainstream puppets, he said this: "I won't speak on kings with no country. Let the streets speak." The crowd went crazy, and within hours, the plan was in motion. That's when the infamous hotel incident began. At approximately 7:42 p.m., a wave of Kendrick fans stormed the front entrance of the hotel, chanting, filming, and demanding Drake come out and address the throne. Hotel staff was overwhelmed. Security scrambled. Eyewitnesses say some fans even bribed a bellhop for access to the hallway outside Drake's suite. According to a viral tweet from an account named Knows, "We weren't violent." We were loud. Let him feel what real pressure tastes like. And feel it, he did. Drake's team made the call. Evacuate quietly through the rear loading dock. But it was too late. A fan livestreamed the moment Drake emerged. Hoodie up, face half covered, surrounded by 6 bodyguards as fans screamed, "You're done!" Silent Throne is real. Go home, 6 Clown. The footage went viral in under 60 seconds. TikTokers clipped it, Twitter turned it into GIFs. YouTubers started uploading Drake fleeing hotel after K-Dot fans roll up videos like wildfire. But Exxon, this is where the story flips harder than anyone expected, because this wasn't just random chaos. This wasn't just fans being fans. No, this was coordinated, orchestrated, and according to one leak, encouraged. A now deleted Instagram story from a known Kendrick affiliate in Paris included this caption over footage of the crowd. Sometimes you gotta remind a king where he's standing. Wait, what was Kendrick's own team behind the Paris ambush? Was the hotel tipped off and ignored it? And why did one of the hotel staff accidentally DM a Kendrick fan group with details about Drake's room number, then delete the message? We'll get into all of that in the next part, but first, understand this. This wasn't a joke. This was a public humiliation campaign, and it worked. Drake didn't just lose peace, he lost power, and the very next move he made, it triggered a backlash way bigger than the hotel takedown. So, after Drake was publicly escorted out the back entrance of a luxury Paris hotel by security, bombarded by Kendrick fans and social media chaos, the rap world expected one thing: silence, shame, maybe even a short hiatus. Wrong, because Drake wasn't heading to a safe house or to escape the headlines. He was heading to a recording studio in the outskirts of Paris, and what he recorded that night, it was meant to be a final warning, but instead, it set off the most unexpected betrayal of his career. Let's rewind. Drake's response to the hotel ambush was fast. Less than 24 hours later, OVO insiders confirmed he was already in the booth, recording, angry, unfiltered. He called it a rebuild mission and said no one was safe. Producers were flown in from London. Engineers were told to lock down their phones. And what came out was a diss record so raw, so hostile, it reportedly made one of Drake's closest advisors say, "This man doesn't want peace anymore. He wants revenge." The track? Fugazi. Thrones. Leaked lyrics revealed an explosive first verse, with lines like "stormed a lobby?" You think that's control? I built palaces while you hid in Seoul. Judas in my circle sipping my wine. You wore my chain, then crossed my line. Boom, 2 shots, one to Kendrick, one to someone in his circle. Because here's the catch. The ambush at the hotel, it wasn't just some wild act of fan behavior. It was an inside job. First twist, someone from Drake's own team allegedly tipped Kendrick's camp off about Drake's exact room, his arrival time, and even the name his security used for check-in. Let that sink in. The whole ambush? The chance. The perfectly timed video leaks? They were pre-planned, and someone close to Drake orchestrated it. A source leaked a chat log that appeared to show a burner Instagram DM exchange between a verified Paris-based OVO assistant and a Kendrick fan page, OVO Burner 92. He'll be there by 6. Back entrance is staff only. Tell your people to camp the front. K. France. Appreciate it. Big moves coming. Paris about to talk. Insiders believe the assistant has since been terminated and sent back to Toronto in silence. But the damage, done. Because that betrayal didn't just result in public humiliation, it triggered a chain of events that rattled Drake's team to the core. Within hours of the leak going viral, Drake received a shocking phone call from none other than Kanye West's legal team. Why? Because according to leaked legal documents, Drake had planned to drop a joint single with Ye on the same weekend of the Paris stunt. But after seeing the footage and fan backlash, Ye pulled the plug. A message from Ye's lawyer read, "We cannot associate with public weakness or instability at this level. The single is terminated effective immediately." Another deal. Crushed. Another friend. Gone. And Drake? He snapped. According to one OVO engineer, Drake was heard screaming in the booth, "I gave these boys careers, and they giving me curses." And here's where it gets even darker. Hours before Drake planned to release Fugazi Thrones, he got word from his distribution platform that the track would be temporarily blocked due to unauthorized audio samples, specifically a Marvin Gaye sample, which his label allegedly already cleared months ago. But guess who owns a minority interest in that distribution company? Top Dog Entertainment. Yup, Kendrick's label. You can't make this up. Drake's emergency diss was silenced before it could hit the airwaves, and fans noticed. Twitter blew up. Did Kendrick just block Drake's track from dropping? TDE playing chess, Drake stuck in check. This man can't even release a track anymore. And then, just when it looked like things couldn't go any lower, Kendrick posted again. A 7-second black and white Instagram story, a chair in the middle of an empty hotel hallway. The same hallway from the Paris ambush. Caption, "Don't run next time." Fans were floored. Celebrities reposted it. Even verified brand accounts jumped in. Nike France posted a black owl emoji with a shattered heart. No context. No explanation. Pure troll. Drake's response, silence. But internally, sources say he entered complete shutdown mode. He canceled 2 meetings with luxury fashion houses. He postponed his press run for his whiskey brand. His TikTok collab deals are on indefinite pause. And the worst part, his mother allegedly called to ask if he was okay. According to an anonymous friend, she said, "I haven't seen him this lost since the ghostwriting scandal. This is more than a rap war now. This is a psychological breakdown unfolding in real time. A king who once controlled the charts, the streets, and the headlines, now boxed in from all angles." But here's the haunting twist at the end of this act. That leaked track Fugazi Thrones, though it was blocked, someone got hold of the full audio, and it's now circulating in private Discord servers, being dissected bar by bar. Some say Drake names names in the second verse. Names of industry. Execs, former friends, even an A-list actress he accuses of leaking pillow talk to the enemy. And what's coming next? According to a source inside that server, track 2 is called Vault Keys, and if it ever drops, it'll destroy careers. Drake ain't saving anyone anymore. You'd think after being publicly humiliated, betrayed from within, and legally blocked from dropping his own response, Drake might have hit pause, regrouped, waited for the storm to pass. But nah, this is Drake we're talking about, and behind the scenes, he was plotting something sinister. Word on the digital streets is that in the 48 hours following the Fugazi Thrones takedown, Drake pulled in his crisis team, not his PR people, but a private intelligence group. That's right, a digital security firm that specializes in Black Ops level smear campaigns. Their mission, dig into Kendrick's past, find dirt, anything, anyone, any crack in the armor, and Ehsan. It didn't take long, a now deleted tweet from a music journalist hinted that Drake's team acquired compromising information about a figure close to Kendrick. Someone fans know, someone beloved. Rumors flew like wildfire. Is it Baby Keem? Did they finally find something on Top Dog? Is it tied to Kendrick's family? Nobody knew for sure until an encrypted clip started circulating across Telegram and Signal. It was only 14 seconds long, no audio. Just Kendrick in a private setting, visibly agitated, slamming a phone down and saying something with intensity. His lips mouthing words that fans later decoded to be, "I warned him not to leak it." Whoa, was this linked to the reset tape rumors? Or was Kendrick reacting to a betrayal of his own? It didn't matter. The internet spun it out of control. Some said Kendrick was panicking. Others said this was a setup by Drake, planting a fake leak to create confusion. But then, Kendrick broke his silence, and what he dropped next changed the tone of the entire war. Just 3 days after the hotel incident, Kendrick Surprise released a 3-minute visual poem titled "The Weight of Silence." It featured a haunting piano, loop, black and white footage of burned out hotel hallways, candlelit confessionals, and Kendrick walking barefoot across a marble floor. And the voiceover, absolutely devastating. When the lights turn off, the mirror speaks. Fame is a coffin stitched with silence. Betrayal doesn't wear enemies' colors, it wears families' chains. And then came the final lines. "I didn't exile the boy." He walked himself to the edge and begged for a push. The internet broke. Fan pages posted reaction videos in real time. TikTok users reenacted the visual like it was an art piece. Twitter went into full hysteria mode. He turned the beef into Shakespeare. Drake out here screaming, Kendrick dropping elegies. This is the realest, coldest diss I've ever seen in my life. But it wasn't just artistic, it was revealing. Because for the first time, Kendrick wasn't just attacking Drake's music or fame. He was attacking his identity, his perception, his soul. And that's when the real bombshell dropped. Shocking reveal, a French podcast called Le Rumeur aired an exclusive episode featuring a hotel staff member who worked the night Drake was kicked out. And what they claimed? Someone from Kendrick's entourage paid to have the cameras turned away. The staffer even described seeing Kendrick himself in the hotel bar just minutes after Drake left the building, meaning Kendrick may have watched the whole takedown unfold in real time while sipping tea and letting his fans do the dirty work. A literal war general, commanding from the shadows. The hotel chain issued a denial, but it was too late. The damage was done. Memes flooded in, Kendrick in a war room, Drake hiding behind OVO merch, Jay Prince in the background whispering checkmate. And here's where it really explodes. Hours after that podcast aired, a former OVO affiliate named Yusuf went live on TikTok, and in between nervous pauses, he dropped this bomb. They didn't just kick him out, they were trying to provoke him, make him react. He was supposed to flip, that was the goal. What does that mean? According to Yusuf, the entire ambush was designed to make Drake lash out violently, so footage of him losing it would surface and finish him off forever. But instead, Drake kept his cool, walked out the back, head down, silenced, and that might be the only reason he's still in the game, because Kendrick's camp isn't just dropping bars, they're waging psychological warfare, emotional chess, narrative domination. But Drake? He's not done. Insiders now claim he's recorded 6 new tracks in the last 48 hours, all unreleased, locked in a cloud vault titled Flameproofs. And one title stood out when it leaked to fan discords, Gods Bleed 2. That ain't just a title. That's a threat. Once Kendrick's The Weight of Silence went live and whispers of Drake's unreleased Gods Bleed 2 leaked through Discord servers, the public lost its collective mind. Fans were divided, celebs chose sides, and streaming platforms? Oh, they weren't just watching, they were moving chess pieces too. Let's start with the fanbase chaos. The day after Kendrick's visual poem aired, the top 3 Twitter X trends worldwide were Drake downfall, K-Dot, the general, Gods Bleed 2 Drake stans were in crisis mode. Some were defensive, tweeting threads of his past achievements. 40 Billboard hits, billion streams. This ain't erasing the legacy. Others were panicked, questioning everything. Where is the response? Where's the smoke? Drake, you can't be silent now. Meanwhile, Kendrick fans flooded the timeline with cold-blooded posts. Imagine being kicked out a hotel, silenced by your label, and then outpenned by a barefoot poet. Drake's career was a luxury hotel. Kendrick just checked him out permanently. On TikTok, even worse. Content creators began recreating the hotel ambush scene as skits, dance trends, and mock interviews. One viral clip featured someone dressed as Drake in a bathrobe being escorted out of a fake hotel lobby while audio from The Weight of Silence played in the background. Caption: he packed light. The throne don't fit and carry on. It got ugly. And celebrities? Oh, they started chiming in quick, but not in Drake's favor. First up, Tyler, the creator. On a live stream with fans, someone asked him who's more powerful right now, Drake or Kendrick. Tyler just grinned and said, "The pen's moving crazy on the West right now, that's all I'll say." Translation? Kendrick's winning, then came Rihanna. She liked Kendrick's poem post. That's it, just a like. But it set off a full digital earthquake. Drake fans rushed to her comments with crying emojis and betrayal memes. Kendrick fans celebrated like it was the Super Bowl halftime show. Even Diddy dropped a cryptic tweet: "Real kings don't need to say they're kings." The industry was now tipping the scales, but the most devastating blow came from Spotify. Just days after Kendrick's rollout and Drake's Fugazi Thrones was blocked, Spotify's Rap Caviar playlist was fully overhauled. Drake was completely absent from the top 20. Instead, Kendrick tracks, both old and new, dominated the first 7 slots. Worse yet, Spotify dropped a limited edition curated playlist titled Voices That Don't Beg. It included tracks from Kendrick, J. Cole, Tyler, and even Childish Gambino. No Drake, not one song. Fans noticed. Fast, one user posted, "Spotify just told Drake to pack up with a playlist." Even verified rappers chimed in. Corday reposted the playlist with a smirking emoji. Doja Cat went live, and when asked about Drake versus Kendrick, said Kendrick's cooking. I'm not gonna lie, he turned the culture into a classroom, but it wasn't all anti-Drake. Some of his real ones stood tall. Lil Wayne tweeted, "Legacy don't bend to noise." Drake's still the coldest to ever step in a booth. And DJ Khaled posted an old photo of him and Drake on a jet with the caption, "Loyalty, hype. That's the code. Watch the skies." But even those posts were flooded with comments like, "You're defending a man who got kicked out of a hotel." Khaled: stay loyal to the charts, not the culture. Even Apple Music, long seen as a Drake stronghold, was quiet. Too quiet. Their New Fire playlist had no Drake, and Kendrick's new visuals were front and center. So what does this mean? Drake isn't just battling Kendrick anymore. He's fighting the public, the press, the platforms, and every silence feels like another vote against him. But the most jaw-dropping reaction, LeBron James. At a post-game press conference, a reporter jokingly asked, "So you team OVO or TDE this week?" LeBron grinned, leaned into the mic, and said, "Kendrick's in Compton writing history. That's all I'll say." The crowd lost it, and Twitter had a field day. So now we've got Kendrick fans weaponized and coordinated, celebrities shifting away from Drake, streaming platforms removing him from power slots, former allies staying quiet or going ghost. This isn't just a cultural shift, this is a full-blown blackout. And if that weren't enough, reports just leaked that a major brand deal, a rumored $15 million partnership with a luxury fashion line, was suspended indefinitely due to the public optics surrounding recent controversies. Translation: Drake's drama is now costing him millions just when it seemed like the storm couldn't possibly get any wilder, any darker, any more brutal. The mask finally fell, and the face behind it wasn't Kendrick, wasn't J. Cole, wasn't Kanye. It was someone in Drake's camp, someone who had stood next to him on red carpets, shared flights, toasted champagne during sold-out tours, someone he called family. And when you hear who it was, you'll understand why insiders say Drake went into emergency lockdown mode the second he found out. Let's set the scene. In the aftermath of Kendrick's Weight of Silence and Spotify's icy moves, Drake's digital forensics team, yes, the same crisis firm we mentioned earlier, finally traced the original burner account that coordinated the hotel ambush in Paris. They cross-referenced IP logs, metadata, even tracked timestamps down to hotel Wi-Fi routers. And the connection? A device registered to an assistant tied directly to Chubbs. Yes, Chubbs. The man known for standing 10 toes behind Drake in every feud, every scandal, every venue. The man who once threatened violence on air for anyone who crossed the OVO flag. According to an internal leak from an OVO exec, the burner account was operated from a hotel room booked under Chubbs' cousin's name. But here's the kicker. It wasn't Chubbs who betrayed Drake. It was someone who used Chubbs' network to gain access. Someone who'd been by Drake's side for years and quietly switched teams months ago. The twist, Ovo Mark, Drake's longtime tour manager, was allegedly funneling intel directly to Kendrick's team. Let that sit. The man who coordinated entrances, backstage passes, hotel bookings, and city check-ins was the pipeline Kendrick used to control the board. Insiders say Mark's falling out with Drake began quietly last year when he was reportedly cut out of a brand deal bonus and demoted behind the scenes, a decision Drake's camp never addressed publicly. According to a leaked voice note from a private group chat, Mark said, "I built his access. Every gate, every lock, every pass. He locked me out, so now I'm the key." That one message? Maybe the deadliest blow Drake has ever suffered, because Mark didn't just give Kendrick logistics. He allegedly sent the hotel footage, the security, timing. The alternate route Drake never made it to was an inside job from a general Drake trusted blindly. And get this. Before this leaked, Kendrick tweeted, "The Judas wore an OVO chain. No one got it at the time. Now, the internet's lighting up. Fan reactions exploded. Mark really played the long game. This ain't just beef. This is Shakespeare in hoodies. Drake trusted too many people who memorized his weaknesses." And Drake, he's gone silent again. Deleted 3 Instagram stories, canceled a satellite interview with a UK outlet, and reportedly shut down access to OVO HQ for the next 72 hours. According to sources, he's not just broken, he's rewriting. The entire strategy, word is, God's Bleed 2 is no longer a single, it's a full album now, and the rumored track list, titles like Thrones Burn Easy, Fam Ties Fractured, Mark's Room, Paris 742, Curtains at the Back Door. One source claims the final track ends with a real voice memo from the hotel staff and the phrase, "He's already gone, monsieur." But before we wrap this up, here's your final cliffhanger. A new Kendrick track has been teased on his website homepage. A black screen flashing once every 10 seconds. No audio, no caption, just a single word. Funeral, that's it. And at the bottom, a countdown. 3 days, 17 hours, 22 minutes. And now the real question hangs in the air like smoke in a battlefield. Will Drake strike first? Or is this truly the end of an era? Is the throne already empty? Or just waiting for one final scream? Because either way, the war ain't over. It's just begun. And just like that, the throne lies in ashes. The betrayal is confirmed. The fans are divided. The industry is flipped upside down. And the 2 most powerful voices in hip-hop are locked in a silent war so loud the whole world can hear it. Drake, humiliated in public, betrayed by his own, losing deals, allies, and control. Kendrick, pulling strings from the shadows, dropping bars that feel like eulogies, and letting the culture crown him without even saying a word. But now we turn to you, because this battle isn't just being fought in studios or backstage. It's being fought in the comments, in the retweets, in the playlists, and in the loyalty of the fans. So we gotta ask, was this the moment Drake officially lost the war? Did Kendrick just prove he's untouchable, both lyrically and strategically? And what do you think is dropping in 3 days when Kendrick's timer hits 0? Hit that like button if you think this was the most insane twist in modern rap beef. Smash that subscribe if you want front row seats when the next bombshell hits. And don't just comment, argue, debate, expose, defend, because this isn't a rap beef anymore. It's a culture shift, and it's being written in real time. One diss, one leak, one betrayal at a time. So choose your side. OVO or TDE? Crown or coffin? We're watching the empire fall, but are you ready to watch what rises from the rubble? Stay tuned, because next week, we expose the voice note Drake tried to bury. And trust us, it changes everything.